For centuries, the Galactic Empire had reigned supreme over the vast expanse of the known universe. Its reach spanned countless star systems, each one subject to the iron-fisted control of the Emperor and his vast network of loyal administrators and military commanders. Within the borders of the Empire, peace and order were maintained through a careful balance of fear and intimidation. Any sign of dissent or rebellion was swiftly crushed, the offenders made examples of to deter others from challenging the Empire's absolute authority. At the heart of this sprawling interstellar dominion sat the imperial capital, a glittering ecumenopolis that served as the seat of the Emperor's power. Here, the ruling elite lived in opulence, shielded from the harsh realities faced by the billions of citizens who toiled in factories, farms, and mining outposts across the galaxy. The Emperor himself, a mysterious and enigmatic figure, rarely deigned to leave the confines of his impregnable palace. From his elevated throne, he orchestrated the intricate web of control that kept the Empire's subjects in line, his word absolute law. Yet, for all its might and grandeur, the Galactic Empire harbored a closely guarded secret, a remote, unassuming planet called Earth, hidden from the prying eyes of the imperial authorities for centuries. While the rest of the galaxy had long since mastered the art of interstellar travel and harnessed the power of advanced technologies, Earth had remained stubbornly isolated, its people unaware of the larger cosmic community that surrounded them. On this forgotten world, humanity had evolved along its own unique path, developing sophisticated civilizations, cultures, and scientific capabilities entirely separate from the imperial sphere of influence. The inhabitants of Earth, oblivious to the power that loomed beyond their atmospheric boundaries, continued to pursue their own dreams and ambitions, blissfully unaware of the significance their world held in the grand scheme of the galaxy. This curious anomaly, this hidden gem tucked away in a distant corner of the cosmos, had not escaped the notice of the Empire's most diligent and perceptive observers. Whispers of Earth's existence had filtered through the vast bureaucratic channels, piquing the interest of the Emperor's most trusted advisors. Yet the decision to unveil this secret world and integrate it into the imperial fold had always been met with hesitation. The sheer logistics of subjugating a largely unsuspecting population, coupled with the potential risks of disrupting the delicate balance of power, gave even the most ardent supporters of expansion pause. For now, the Emperor had chosen to maintain the status quo, content to let Earth's isolation continue uninterrupted. The potential rewards of claiming this hidden gem were tantalizing, to be sure, but the prudent path, at least for the time being, was to simply monitor Earth's progress and development from afar, lest any hasty action jeopardize the stability of the Galactic Empire. And so, the blue-green world of Earth remained a well-guarded secret, its people blissfully unaware of the larger cosmic drama unfolding beyond their own planetary borders. The Galactic Empire continued its relentless march across the stars, its grip on power seemingly unassailable, while the fate of this forgotten world hung in the balance, awaiting the moment when its isolation would be shattered, and its true significance to the galaxy would be revealed. The vast expanse of the Galactic Empire was meticulously patrolled by a network of sentinel ships, their crews ever vigilant for signs of trouble or unrest. These seasoned imperial officers, hardened by years of service, had seen it all, from small-scale skirmishes with rebellious factions to the occasional encounter with uncharted celestial phenomena. Yet nothing could have prepared them for the shock that was about to unfold. It began as a routine sweep through a relatively unremarkable sector of space, a vast and empty stretch of the cosmos that had long been considered a backwater, little more than a buffer zone between the Empire's core systems and the unexplored regions beyond. As the patrol ship glided silently through the void, its sensors suddenly came alive, detecting a faint, anomalous signal emanating from a distant star system. Intrigued, the captain ordered a closer investigation, dispatching a small scout craft to gather more information. What the scout team discovered would send shockwaves through the very foundations of the Galactic Empire. Nestled amid the darkness of space, A lone, unassuming planet shone brightly, its surface alive with the telltale signs of a thriving civilization. But this was no ordinary world. The Scout's scans revealed the presence of advanced technologies, including sophisticated orbital structures and a burgeoning space program, all hallmarks of a society far more advanced than any the Empire had encountered before. Even more puzzling was the fact that this world, designated as Earth in the Scouts' logs, had somehow managed to evade the Empire's watchful gaze for centuries, its very existence unknown to the ruling powers that controlled the galaxy. Realizing the gravity of their discovery, the Scout team quickly relayed their findings back to the patrol ship, which in turn dispatched an urgent message to the Imperial capital. The news would soon find its way to the ears of the Emperor himself, setting in motion a series of events that would forever alter the course of the galaxy. Within the gilded halls of the Imperial Palace, the revelation of Earth's existence sent shockwaves through the ruling elite. The Emperor, a master of subtlety and political maneuvering, convened his most trusted advisors to discuss the implications of this startling development. How had this world, this apparent anomaly, managed to remain hidden for so long? What other secrets might it be concealing? And perhaps most importantly, what threats might it pose to the delicate balance of power that the Empire had so painstakingly constructed over the centuries? After much deliberation, the decision was made. A covert mission would be launched to gather more intelligence on this mysterious planet and its inhabitants. A team of skilled Imperial agents, handpicked for their discretion and prowess, was dispatched to Earth, their orders clear: infiltrate the planet, observe its people, and report back on their findings, all without drawing undue attention or provoking a potentially dangerous confrontation. As the agent's ship made the long journey to Earth, the mood on board was one of cautious anticipation. They knew that the success of their mission could have far-reaching consequences, not just for their own careers, but for the very stability of the Galactic Empire itself. And so, with a deep breath, the agents prepared to set foot on this uncharted world, their eyes peeled for any sign of the advanced technology and hidden might that had so astonished their comrades. What they would find, however, would shatter their preconceptions and leave them grappling with the realization that Earth, this seemingly insignificant planet, was far more than it appeared. The Imperial agents, carefully selected for their discretion and skill, touched down on the surface of Earth with a mixture of trepidation and curiosity. Their orders were clear: gather intelligence on this hidden world and its inhabitants, and report back to the Emperor without drawing undue attention or provoking a confrontation. As the agents made their way through the bustling streets of Earth's largest cities, they were struck by the stark contrast between this world and the vast, orderly expanse of the Galactic Empire they had left behind. The people here seemed content, even oblivious, to the larger cosmic drama unfolding beyond their atmospheric boundaries. Blending seamlessly into the local populace, the agents began to gather their intelligence, carefully observing the technological capabilities and social structures of this seemingly primitive world. What they discovered, however, would soon shatter their preconceptions and force them to reconsider the true nature of Earth's hidden power. Beneath the surface of this seemingly peaceful and unsophisticated planet, the agents uncovered a simmering undercurrent of unity and resolve. As they attempted to make contact with Earth's political and scientific leaders, they were met with a surprising degree of suspicion and hostility. The people of Earth, it seemed, were not the passive, easily cowed subjects the Empire was accustomed to dealing with. Instead, they were fiercely protective of their independence and way of life, unwilling to submit to the demands of the faraway imperial overlords. Sensing the true threat that Earth's defiance posed to the stability of the Galactic Empire, the agents realized that their mission had become far more complex than they had anticipated. They could not simply strong-arm this world into submission. The people of Earth were prepared to fight for their freedom, their determination and technological prowess proving to be far greater than the agents had expected. Faced with this unexpected challenge, the agents had no choice but to retreat, their report to the Emperor a stark warning of the dangers that this hidden world posed to the very foundations of the Empire. Within the gilded halls of the imperial capital, the news of Earth's refusal to submit to the Empire's demands sent shockwaves through the ruling elite. The Emperor, a master of strategy and manipulation, convened his most trusted advisors, demanding a plan to bring this insolent world to heel. The options were clear: launch an overwhelming military assault to crush Earth's resistance, or find a more subtle diplomatic approach to bring the planet into the imperial fold. Both paths, however, were fraught with risks, for the agent's reports had revealed a level of technological sophistication and determination that the Empire had not encountered in centuries. As the debate raged on, the Emperor made his decision. The time had come to unleash the full might of the imperial war machine and subjugate this upstart world once and for all. A massive invasion force was assembled, its sights set on the distant planet of Earth, its mission to bring this hidden gem into the glorious embrace of the Galactic Empire, no matter the cost. Yet, as the imperial juggernaut prepared to descend upon the unsuspecting planet, the agents who had witnessed Earth's defiance firsthand could not help but wonder if the Empire had truly met its match. For in the shadowed corners of this forgotten world, a fire had been kindled, one that threatened to upend the very foundations of the Galactic Order. The news of Earth's defiance against the mighty Galactic Empire sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. The Emperor, a ruler known for his calculated, iron-fisted control, was incensed by this unprecedented act of insolence from a seemingly primitive world. With a wave of his hand, the Emperor mobilized the full might of the imperial war machine, dispatching a massive invasion force to subjugate the planet and bring it into the fold of the glorious Galactic Empire. The stakes had never been higher, for the very stability of the imperial order hung in the balance. As the imperial fleet made its way towards the distant world of Earth, the Emperor's advisors worked tirelessly to devise a strategy that would ensure victory. They pored over the intelligence gathered by the undercover agents, seeking any weaknesses or vulnerabilities they could exploit. But what they discovered only further fueled the Emperor's rage, for it seemed that the people of Earth, far from the cowering, primitive beings they had expected, were in fact a highly organized and technologically sophisticated civilization, one that had managed to keep its true capabilities hidden from the prying eyes of the imperial authorities. The agents' reports painted a troubling picture. Earth's governments, long divided by petty squabbles and regional conflicts, had somehow united in the face of this existential threat, pooling their resources and technological expertise to prepare for the coming onslaught. Scores of advanced spacecraft, their designs unlike anything the Empire had encountered before, were being hastily constructed and deployed, while sophisticated defense systems were being erected across the planet's surface. It was as if Earth had been quietly amassing its military might, waiting for the day when the Galactic Empire would come knocking on its door. As the Imperial fleet drew ever closer to its target, the tension within the invasion force's ranks began to mount. Seasoned commanders, veterans of countless campaigns, found themselves unnerved by the prospect of facing an enemy they knew so little about. The uncertainty of the coming battle weighed heavily on their minds, for the consequences of failure were too dire to contemplate. And so, with a collective steeling of their resolve, the Imperial forces pressed on, prepared to unleash the full fury of the Empire's might upon the unsuspecting world below. The Emperor himself, his face a mask of grim determination, oversaw the final preparations, his gaze fixed on the distant speck of light that represented Earth. For on the surface of that world, the people stood ready, their defiant spirits and technological prowess their only bulwark against the overwhelming power of the Galactic Empire. They knew that the coming battle would be a desperate one, a clash of civilizations that would determine the very course of their future. As the first wave of Imperial assault craft descended upon the planet, the skies erupted in a blinding display of firepower, the clash of the two mighty forces shaking the very foundations of the Earth. The people of this hidden world, their resolve steeled by the knowledge that they fought for their very survival, rose to the challenge, their advanced weaponry and innovative tactics proving to be a formidable match for the seasoned Imperial troops. The battle raged on, with neither side willing to back down. The Imperial commanders, stunned by the ferocity of the Earth's defense, struggled to gain the upper hand, their strategies and tactics proving ineffective against the unexpected capabilities of their adversaries. As the conflict raged on, the people of Earth, inspired by the courage and determination of their leaders, fought with a fervor that defied all expectations. The Galactic Empire, long accustomed to swift and decisive victories, found itself on the precipice of a humiliating defeat, its vaunted military might brought low by the ingenuity and resolve of this seemingly primitive world. The fate of the galaxy hung in the balance, as the titanic struggle between the Empire and the people of Earth continued to unfold, neither side willing to back down in the face of this unprecedented challenge. The clash between the Galactic Empire's mighty forces and the surprisingly resilient defenders of Earth raged on, with neither side willing to concede ground. The Imperial fleet, once confident in its overwhelming superiority, found itself struggling to gain the upper hand against the smaller, but more agile and innovative Earth fleet. From the bridge of his flagship, the seasoned Imperial commander watched in growing frustration as his forces were steadily pushed back, their superior numbers and firepower seemingly no match for the unexpected tactics and advanced technologies employed by the Earth defenders. Time and again, the Imperial ships would attempt to overwhelm their adversaries with sheer brute force, only to be outmaneuvered and outgunned by the more nimble and precisely coordinated Earth vessels. The commander's brow furrowed in concentration, his mind racing to devise a new strategy that could turn the tide of the battle. As the conflict intensified, the true scale of Earth's technological prowess became increasingly apparent. The planet's defenders had somehow managed to develop advanced propulsion systems, energy weapons, and defensive shielding that easily matched, and in some cases surpassed, the capabilities of the Imperial war machine. The Imperial troops, battle-hardened veterans who had crushed countless rebellions across the galaxy, found themselves bewildered and demoralized by the tenacity and resourcefulness of their adversaries. Their vaunted firepower and sheer numerical advantage seemed to matter little against the innovative tactics and cutting-edge technologies employed by the Earth forces. Sensing the growing unease within his ranks, the Imperial commander knew that he needed to act quickly to regain the initiative. Reaching out to the Imperial capital, he urgently requested the deployment of the Emperor's most elite troops and experimental weapons, a desperate gambit to break the deadlock and secure victory. As the reinforcements arrived, the tide of the battle began to shift once more. The elite Imperial forces, clad in advanced armor and wielding devastating new weapons, launched a devastating assault on the Earth's defenses, slowly but surely pushing back the determined defenders. The Earth's leaders, sensing the peril of their situation, were forced to rely on their ingenuity and sheer bravery to survive the onslaught. They unleashed their own game-changing technologies, including advanced energy shielding and powerful long-range energy weapons, in a desperate attempt to turn the tide of the battle. The skies above Earth became a dazzling display of laser fire and exploding spacecraft as the two mighty forces clashed in a titanic struggle for supremacy. The Imperial commander, his face etched with grim determination, ordered his troops to press the attack, convinced that the sheer weight of the Empire's might would eventually overwhelm the Earth's defenders. But the people of Earth, their resolve hardened by the realization that the very future of their world hung in the balance, refused to be cowed. They fought with a ferocity born of desperation, their mastery of advanced technologies and innovative tactics proving to be a formidable match for the Imperial juggernaut. As the battle raged on, the Imperial forces began to falter, their morale waning in the face of the Earth's unexpected resilience. The commander, his confidence shaken, frantically called for reinforcements, but the Emperor's patience had worn thin. In a shocking move, the Imperial leader, sensing the growing threat posed by this upstart world, ordered the deployment of his most devastating experimental weapons, weapons capable of laying waste to entire cities and decimating even the most fortified of defenses. The Earth's leaders, sensing the imminent danger, quickly mobilized their own hidden resources, unveiling a game-changing technology that would turn the tables on the Imperial forces and force them into a desperate retreat. The ensuing battle was a display of raw power and technological ingenuity, as the two sides clashed in a desperate struggle for supremacy. The Imperial troops, stunned by the Earth's unexpected capabilities, found themselves outmatched and outmaneuvered, their vaunted firepower and numerical advantage proving to be no match for the sheer cunning and determination of their adversaries. As the dust settled, the Imperial fleet was forced to withdraw, its commanders shaken by the realization that they had severely underestimated the true might of this hidden world. The people of Earth, their triumph tempered by the horrors of the battle, stood resolute, their faith in their own abilities and the justice of their cause strengthened by the unexpected victory. The balance of power in the galaxy had been irrevocably shifted, and the Galactic Empire, long accustomed to unchallenged dominance, found itself grappling with the realization that its reign of absolute control was under threat from an unlikely source, the once-forgotten world of Earth. Turning of the tide. As the Imperial fleet reeled from the unexpected assault of Earth's defenders, the people of the once-forgotten planet found themselves facing an even greater challenge. The Emperor, enraged by the humiliation of his forces, had unleashed his most devastating weapons, leaving the Earth's leaders with little choice but to confront this new and terrifying threat. The skies above Earth erupted in a blinding display of raw power, as the Imperial forces unveiled experimental technologies capable of devastating entire cities with a single salvo. The planet's defenders, their advanced shielding and weaponry pushed to the brink, were forced to rely on their ingenuity and bravery to survive the onslaught. In the command centers of Earth's military, the leaders huddled over holographic displays, their faces etched with grim determination as they sought a way to turn the tide of the battle. They knew that the fate of their world hung in the balance, and that failure was not an option. As the Imperial forces continued their relentless assault, the Earth's defenders launched a desperate gambit, unveiling a game-changing technology that had been kept hidden for centuries. This revolutionary system, a vast network of interconnected energy generators and precision targeting arrays, would transform the very nature of the conflict, shifting the balance of power in a way the Imperial commanders could never have anticipated. With a thunderous roar, the Earth's hidden weapon came to life, its energy beams lancing out with pinpoint accuracy to tear through the Imperial fleet's defenses. The towering assault craft, once the symbols of the Empire's might, found themselves helpless against the onslaught, their armor and shielding overwhelmed by the sheer power of the Earth's counterattack. The Imperial troops, their morale already shaken by the tenacity of the Earth's defenders, now found themselves facing a new and terrifying threat. As their comrades' ships were systematically destroyed, the once confident soldiers began to panic, their discipline and training crumbling in the face of this unexpected reversal. The Imperial commander, his face a mask of fury and disbelief, ordered a hasty retreat, his fleet fleeing in disarray as the Earth's defenders pressed their advantage. The people of the once-forgotten world, their spirits lifted by the unexpected victory, cheered and celebrated, their faith in their own abilities rekindled by this stunning triumph. Yet, even as the initial euphoria began to fade, the Earth's leaders knew that this was only the beginning. The Galactic Empire, once thought to be unassailable, had been humbled, and the ripples of this momentous event would be felt across the galaxy. In the gilded halls of the Imperial capital, the news of the defeat spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves through the ruling elite. The Emperor, his grip on power already tenuous, found himself grappling with the reality that this once insignificant world had not only defied the might of the Empire, but had emerged victorious, their technological prowess and strategic brilliance proving to be a formidable match for the Imperial war machine. The Emperor, his paranoia and ruthlessness heightened by this unexpected setback, ordered a series of crackdowns and purges within the imperial ranks, determined to root out any sign of weakness or dissent. The galaxy, once firmly under the Empire's control, now found itself in a state of growing unrest, as the news of Earth's triumph ignited hope and rebellion in the hearts of the subjugated worlds. As the dust settled and the Earth's defenders took stock of their victory, they found themselves facing a new and daunting challenge. The implications of their actions had far-reaching consequences, not just for their own world, but for the delicate balance of power that had defined the galaxy for centuries. The leaders of Earth, once focused solely on the survival of their own people, now found themselves grappling with the responsibilities that came with their newfound power. They knew that their decisions in the days and weeks to come would shape the future of not just their own world, but the entire galactic community. And so, with a deep breath and a steely resolve, they set out to navigate the treacherous waters of this new reality, their eyes fixed on the horizon, where the promise of a transformed galaxy lay waiting, ready to be claimed. The news of Earth's stunning victory against the Galactic Empire spread like wildfire through the vast expanse of the known galaxy. For the first time in centuries, a once obscure and seemingly insignificant world had emerged as a formidable power, its technological prowess and strategic brilliance shattering the myth of the Empire's invincibility. As the reports of the battle reached the far-flung corners of the Imperial domain, a wave of hope and inspiration swept through the subjugated populations. Long-simmering resentment towards the Empire's oppressive rule began to boil over, with pockets of open rebellion springing up across the various star systems. The Emperor, his grip on power already tenuous, found himself facing a growing crisis. Shaken by the humiliation of his forces at the hands of the Earth's defenders, he responded with a series of brutal crackdowns and purges, determined to stamp out any sign of dissent within the imperial ranks. The once stable bureaucracy of the Empire began to unravel as the paranoid Emperor grew increasingly isolated, trusting only a small circle of his most loyal and ruthless advisors. Entire sectors of the galaxy descended into chaos as the imperial military struggled to maintain order amidst the growing unrest. As the situation deteriorated, the people of Earth found themselves thrust into the center of a galactic power struggle, their actions now having far-reaching consequences that extended far beyond their own world. The planet's leaders, once focused solely on defending their home, now grappled with the realization that their victory had ignited a spark of hope across the galaxy. They found themselves facing a daunting choice. Should they remain isolated, content to let the Empire's subjects fend for themselves, or should they extend a hand of friendship and support to those who now sought to challenge the imperial order? Divided by the weight of this decision, the Earth's leadership engaged in intense debates, weighing the potential risks and rewards of intervening in the larger galactic conflict. Some argued for a cautious, isolationist approach, wary of antagonizing the still formidable imperial forces and risking the hard-won security of their own world. Others, however, saw this as an opportunity to reshape the galaxy, to build a new order founded on the principles of freedom and self-determination that had driven their own struggle for independence. They urged their fellow leaders to take a more active role, leveraging Earth's technological and military might to support the growing rebellion against the Empire. As the arguments raged on, the people of Earth watched with bated breath, their pride in their world's accomplishments tempered by the realization that their actions had set in motion a chain of events that could forever alter the course of the galaxy. Within the crumbling imperial system, the Emperor's paranoia and ruthlessness reached new heights. Convinced that the Earth's defenders were conspiring with his enemies, he ordered the deployment of his most elite troops and experimental weapons, determined to crush any potential threat to his rule. The ensuing crackdowns and purges sent shockwaves through the imperial ranks, as loyal officers and administrators found themselves imprisoned or summarily executed for the slightest hint of disloyalty. The once formidable military machine began to falter, its morale and discipline eroding in the face of the Emperor's increasingly erratic and heavy-handed leadership. As the chaos within the Empire continued to escalate, the people of Earth found themselves grappling with the gravity of their newfound role in the larger galactic drama. They knew that their actions had set in motion a series of events that could forever alter the balance of power, and with it, the fate of countless sentient beings across the galaxy. The leaders of Earth, their resolve tempered by the weight of this responsibility, began to carefully consider their next steps, mindful of the delicate balance they must strike between preserving their own hard-won independence and embracing their newfound role as a force for change in the wider galactic community. For the Galactic Empire, once thought to be invincible, had been shaken to its very foundations, and the people of Earth, the once forgotten world, now found themselves at the center of a rapidly unfolding saga that would determine the future of the galaxy itself. As the Galactic Empire descended into chaos, the people of Earth found themselves thrust into the center of a rapidly unfolding galactic drama. Their once hidden world had emerged as a formidable power, its technological prowess and strategic brilliance proving to be a formidable match for the might of the Imperial war machine. Now, with the Empire's grip on power slipping, the leaders of Earth found themselves faced with a critical decision. Would they remain isolated, content to let the Imperial subjects fend for themselves, or would they extend a hand of friendship and support to those who sought to challenge the oppressive rule of the Emperor? After much deliberation, the Earth's leadership reached a consensus. They would not stand idly by and watch as the galaxy descended into further turmoil. Instead, they would leverage their newfound capabilities to forge alliances with other worlds, working together to reshape the galactic order and usher in a new era of freedom and self-determination. In the weeks and months that followed, Earth's envoys traveled to distant star systems, offering technological assistance, military support, and the promise of a brighter future. The response was overwhelming, as worlds long subjugated by the imperial yoke eagerly embraced the opportunity for change. The tide of the galactic conflict began to shift once more as the combined might of Earth's defenders and the newly liberated worlds overwhelmed the crumbling imperial forces. The Emperor, his paranoia and ruthlessness reaching new heights, lashed out with ever-increasing desperation, but his attempts to cling to power only served to hasten the Empire's downfall. As the imperial grip on the galaxy loosened, new power structures and alliances began to emerge. The people of Earth found themselves at the center of this rapidly evolving landscape, their technological and military prowess making them a sought-after ally by both former imperial subjects and the remnants of the once mighty Galactic Empire. Navigating this delicate balance, the Earth's leadership sought to forge a new vision for the galaxy, one that would be built on the principles of cooperation, self-determination, and the pursuit of scientific and cultural advancement. They knew that the path ahead would be fraught with challenges, but they were determined to see their vision through, no matter the cost. As the dust settled and the echoes of the final battles faded, the Galactic Empire that had once ruled with an iron fist was no more. In its place, a new order was taking shape, one in which the people of Earth played a central role, their influence and prestige growing with each passing day. Yet, even as they celebrated their hard-won victories, the Earth's leaders remained acutely aware of the responsibilities that came with their newfound power. They knew that the choices they made in the days and weeks to come would shape the destiny of not just their own world, but the countless civilizations that now looked to them for guidance and leadership. The future, once shrouded in uncertainty, now held the promise of endless possibilities. The people of Earth, once isolated and forgotten, had emerged as a major power in the galaxy, their technological prowess and strategic brilliance serving as a beacon of hope to those who had long suffered under the yoke of imperial rule. As the new era dawned, the leaders of Earth looked towards the stars, their eyes filled with a sense of wonder and determination. They knew that the path ahead would be treacherous, fraught with challenges and obstacles that would test their resolve at every turn. But they were undaunted, their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they had already defied the expectations of the mighty Galactic Empire. They would continue to push the boundaries of what was possible, driven by a relentless curiosity and a deep-seated commitment to the ideals of freedom, innovation, and progress. And so, with a collective breath, the people of Earth set forth on their journey to shape the destiny of the galaxy, their newly forged alliances and technological might serving as the foundation for a bold and ambitious vision, one that would redefine the very nature of the cosmic order and usher in a new era of uncertainty and possibility.